Hello, and welcome back to episode 14 of Monday Diaries. Let's jump straight into it with a recap of last week. Outside of work, my time was spent continuing to dig into my climate machine learning master's course. Inspired by the terrible wildfires in LA this week, I began analyzing the fires in Maui in Hawaii 2 years ago. I'm hoping to use this little project as a project in my course and apply this to the current wildfires after they've finished burning in California. This is going to be the main focus in the upcoming week as well. I really want to make good progress on this course throughout the week so that hopefully by the end of the month, I have a lot of good work to show for it. Also, last week, I traveled down to Florida to watch the launch of a rocket that I had been working on at work. While the launch unfortunately got delayed and then scrubbed, it was still a fun experience. This experience was made memorable by the people that I was with. The first night, we spent it on a boat that we rented through Airbnb, and I've only slept on a couple of boats in my life, but these are always evenings that I'll never forget. They're a lot of fun, and it's a unique way to live. We also went to the Kennedy Space Center together, which is fun as a group of aerospace geeks to see a bunch of space hardware and some stuff that we've had a hand in working on. Lastly, I really enjoyed hanging out, camping on the beach, waiting for the launch to happen. We had a great view of the pad if it ever did take off, and the count got below 20 in 10 minutes a couple of times, so we still got the excitement that it almost happened. And this leads me into the big idea for the week, and that is to say yes and figure it out later. I got a call 30 minutes before being picked up to go on this trip down to Florida. With rocket launches, it's last minute planning because the time frame is changing constantly. It's funny in a way that I ended up saying yes to going on this trip to watch the rocket launch because 3 years earlier, I said yes to the same person, which ended up leading me to this job opportunity. I approached this company with my only intention of bringing one of the engineers in to speak at a professional development organization I led back in college. This company had just moved to Raleigh, so they asked if I wanted to come into the office so that we could figure out the details of this speaking event. They also said I should bring a resume. It turns out I did bring a resume, and they did come speak at my speaking event. And later on, I received a full-time job offer to work for this company. These are two examples of the many times that I've just said yes and had to figure the rest out later. But in both of these cases, and in most cases in my life, I'm certainly glad I have. It took me some setbacks in high school to learn that not everything would be given to me on a silver platter, and that when opportunities present themselves, even if you're not sure the exact outcome of the opportunity, you should often say yes, because even saying yes is a reversible decision most of the time. Saying no will only leave you with regret. So remember, say yes now and figure it out later. With that, I'd like to present this week's question to ponder. But first, a short little backstory. I mentioned that we were waiting for the rocket launch camping on a beach. We had scouted this location out earlier in the day when it was warm and sunny, but realized that with the wind blowing off the water, we would likely be cold. One of the people I was with on the trip asked, "What would we have to do to make this experience enjoyable tonight?" Now, that's a seemingly simple question, and in our case, it was get equipment for a space heater and get a tarp to block out the wind. But this question can be applied in many aspects of life. So ask yourself, what would this experience look like if it were enjoyable? Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.